Welcome to the RPGamer review of Calamity Angel Special Delivery. This is written by Dalandar, read by Sperumbres, and the video is edited by Efrog. Wacky premise continue to find their way into more RPGs. The creative mind of Compile Art took a hard look at the frantic culture surrounding delivery couriers and decided that it will work for a full-length turn-based RPG, Calamity Angels Special Delivery. The couriers are not just driven, they are a wacky set of personality to showcase. Unfortunately, this wackiness does not extend into comedic, heartwarming, or charming, as the game taking of every conceivable opportunity to showcase its quirk actively start to affect gameplay as its move through arbitrarily longer combat sessions. There are enjoyable moments of character humor, but they are definitely fleeting in the face of the constant mean-spirited quirkiness that never leave the forefront. Yuri is a passionate carrier who desperately want to join a delivery team to execute their dreams of seeing the world and bringing package to their destinations. Teams brave the danger found outside the main city and the Orcotris region, with monster and mysterious shadows called Omokurai draw to the Omoi power generated by the artifacts and delivery their carriers are in custody of. Couriers are in high demand to escort the artifact excavated from ruins, which are able to draw technological power that benefit the cities. The guild organize assignment to best match the level of difficulty to minimize the risk. But soon after Yuri gained their own team, a bandit group called themselves Mustamars begins to attack couriers to steal their deliveries for their own purposes. The reliance on courier for everything is definitely a plot contrivance that stretches suspension of belief. But most of the story and characters focus on quirky absurdity, so it comes across more charming and silly overall. Every party member who joined Yuri on this journey has a personality aspect contrary to their main combat role. Sulia is a treasure-obsessed dark art magic dealer who masquerades as a full-time healer. Ivris is a talented magician obsessed with proving physical strength by punching increasingly tough opponents. And Somnia, a battle-hardened swordwoman who is constantly falling asleep. They are soon joined by Numero, an alchemist-obsessed mad scientist, Luminous, an archer with idle singer aspiration, and Selma, the perpetually terrified heavy armor knight. This quirky team bonds over a shared love of deliveries and the feeling of being outcast. Unfortunately, there's little opportunity for growth in other ways, as the silly situational-based humor revolves entirely around these one-note quirks. Each delivery and Calamity Angel Special Delivery start at a point on a large board game-style map, with the purpose to make it to another point designated by a yellow envelope to complete the delivery. Dotted along the way are tiles that can give money, buff, debuffs, healing, or combat, as well as one that stop movement with treasure, shop, and bosses titles. At the start of the delivery, there is a turn limit, which award double experience, additional quest, currency, and consumable item if the limit is met. If the players focus on completing the delivery, the time limit is simple to meet, but straying from the path to collect treasure chests make it more difficult. Luckily, the player can freely explore after delivery are completed, though having to walk back at town as a result rather than being able to return automatically is a pain. When Yuri come into contact with a monster or boss title, everything shifts to a traditional turn-based RPG. 3 members of the party enter combat with the skill they can try using based on their rank at the guild. With each main quest typically unlocking a higher rank, at the end of each turn, Yuri gets the chance to use healing consumables from the team's carrying bag, which has limited room, with space also taken up by the delivery package itself as well as any items players bring to manipulate movement on the game board. This restriction gives players some strategy to consider in the early going, though later expansion to the bag make it less of a concern. Upon defeating every Omakurai in the battle, Yuri bursts into the scene to finish them all off with a relic weapon that combines a stamp with a sword to put a seal on them, which is amusingly absurd every time it happens. Calamity Angel's special delivery skill have their bit of absurd comedy, but the real treat is in the finishing moves. This comes from a list of character chosen possibilities that arise after an unseen amount of tension is built. Tension can come from using certain abilities, but also characters can just decide to make a finishing move on their own accord. Most of these are powerful attacks, but a few can be detrimental to the team as well. The only thing they have in common is that they are zany and fun. Even when the worst possibilities arise, they still bring a smile. A few examples include Somnia dreaming up a stampede of sheep, Sulia paying off a bunch of angels to try lifting the enemy off the battlefield with a chance that the weight limit is exceeded, causing them to pummel back to the ground for less damage. Or Ivris turning into a beast form, which actually make her obedient and take on a cute cat-like facial appearance. Speaking of obedience, everything mentioned about the combat strength and enjoyable aspect is heavily colored by the character's willingness to listen. Basically, any attempt to get the characters to do anything runs the risk that they just disregard it to do what they want instead. If players are lucky, the character will swap to another attack free of SPUs, but sometimes they just do nothing. This happens frequently. In fact, using stronger skill only aids in the chance that it will result in them not listening, causing even the simplest of battle to be prolonged to the point of the player pleading with the team to just listen for once. These antics can be amusing at first, but the way they make the fight longer and take additional resources, even causing defeat, is annoying. After a while, it feels like the game is laughing at the player for following a plan, when random quirky hijinks are clearly the preferred route, leading to a mean-spirited chaos that is just exhausting. Outside of a delightful finishing move, presentation is a mixed bag. Character design fit their quirky behavior well, and some weapons that the party wields are really fun, like Yuri's relic weapon, Selma's sword shield that starts out long and thin like a sword and a giant tire-headed shield, and Sulia abacus top staff, but in turn the enemy design are plain. The game board and character interaction have a vibrant color palette, but cycle through routine variation and of elemental zones. The soundtrack consists of a few upbeat songs that work okay, but will stop partway through a progression to loop. The opening theme song is very catchy and a delight to watch on every title screen. Voice acting in English is capable but cut off at the oddest time. with many story scenes, including climatic moments, left unvoiced. The option to swap audio is available anytime during story scene, so listening to the complete and also capable Japanese voice acting can be workable if players don't mind interrupting the moment to make the swap. This capable voice acting cannot save the other major headache of Calamity Angel special delivery. The characters never shut up. Moving on the game board from the spinner to view anything in the menu gains a new voice line for every selection. And combat, cycling through the option to select an ability will yield the same result. The start of combat, end of fight, or simply sitting idle for a second, they all seemingly warrant someone piping up with loudly mewing characters that ignore comments saying they won't do it only to further yammer no matter what happens. It gives the game a motif of herding cats. This makes the blitzful silence of the result screen one of the happiest sights the game offers, simply for the break between all the noisy and subordination of the yappy characters. Calamity Angel's Special Delivery is an ambitious title that took one-note jokes way too far. A title about deliveries that at its epicenter has promise, and the character design are very enjoyable. Combat has moments where the absurdity all connects, and a wonderful finishing move is shown on screen that always brings a smile. But that smile quickly becomes a twitchy bunch of frustrated nerves when the party will not listen to commands. The constant chatter and disdain from the party is easily annoying, and while the game is only 20 hours, it still feels painful urging them to complete the most basic survival instinct related things. This constant source of manufactured tension sadly overshadows most of the good unoffered here. This career is anything but dull, but the chaotic frustration will cause many prospective clients to look elsewhere. RPGamer give Calamity Angel Special Delivery 2 out of 5. For more detail, hit up the link in the description below. For more video content, subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitch for daily stream of your favorite RPGs. Join on the discussion at rpgamer.com on Discord. And for the latest in RPG news, head over to rpgamer.com.